I lost my helmet, but I had a Luger stuck in my belt. I still had my Luger. So I got to a barn about halfway to the house, and I laid down in this barn, and I went to sleep. And it was daylight when I woke up.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was supposed to wake this other guy up about 4 o'clock, I think. And it was daylight when I woke up, and I finally got to the house, and I said, something happened. I don't know what the hell happened, but something happened. and of course they got the doctor, and the doctor, he's smart. He knew, I don't know how he knew that I got carbon monoxide, but he knew. And he said, I just want you to walk up and down, just walk. I don't want you laying down and sleeping, I want you to walk.
Just walking it off.
Till I tell you to stop. So I walked about a half a day. I mean, just outside, I didn't have to walk, but I was just moving around outside, breathing fresh air.
Yeah, getting that.
Getting the carbon monoxide out of me, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And that was it. That's the closest I come.
That's pretty close. Passing out.
Yeah.
Did you know it was carbon monoxide?
No, I didn't know. No, I didn't know what the hell happened to me. I didn't know. I had no idea what happened to me.
Good thing you got some fresh air, though.
I had turned the truck engine off. So, and those trucks, they were airtight or nothing.
Yeah.
So possibly I had turned the engine off. I might have been all right. I don't know. But I went to sleep. But I didn't go to sleep.
That's good.
Just lucky. I lucked out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But nothing major happened. Oh, it got out. I got to go out, look for breaks in the telephone line all the time.
Mm.
Stuff like that.
Were you close to like a...
Then we go to town and find a bar.
Yeah. So you were like close to the German people and all that?
Oh, again, well, when we went to Germany, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Or France and stuff?
In France, oh, yeah. We were right with them. I mean, oh, yeah. Yeah, we're right with the French people and the German when we got to Germany. And it's funny, the German people were real friendly to us.
Mm-hmm.
Real friendly. I mean, the German people were, they weren't mad at us. The ordinary people weren't mad at us. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Why they weren't mad at us. You'd think they'd be the enemies, though. No.
They accepted you guys?
But they weren't the population. Of course, the Wehrmacht, they were just the ordinary German soldiers. It was the SS troops that were specialized troops, the German SS troops.
Yeah, you guys were like the engineer battalion.
We were engineer battalion.
Battling or anything?
And but the Wehrmacht was a regular German soldier. He got drafted too. He didn't want to fight either.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to be in a war.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were engineers. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There were combat engineers, and there were bridge engineers, and there were all different types of engineering. Construction engineers.
Mm-hmm.
The combat engineers, they're the ones that were ahead of us.
Yeah.
They fought. I mean, they were
fighting as they were building.
As they were building bridges and stuff. But we had too much equipment, see.
You were heavy, like more permanent?
Yeah, we were more permanent, yeah. Like the Battle of the Bulge. Oh, and the Germans say the battle, you heard about the Bulge.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Bulge happened just north of us. And I happened to be sergeant of the guard that night. And all night long, our tanks passed us. Our own tanks. And they were going back to get around to the front of the Bulge.
Yeah.
And as soon as they passed, as soon as the armor passed us, we pulled out and we pulled back to Nancy, France.
Mm-hmm.
We went back in France with our equipment.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want our equipment captured, so we spent Christmas in Nancy, France.
Christmas of what year?
Yeah.
44 or?
Huh?
Was it 44?
That would be. Let's see. That would be 45. See, the war ended in 45. Yeah, 45. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be 40. That'd be 45.
So they pulled you back out to France.
And they pulled us back into France with our equipment. Yeah. Then after the Battle of the Bulge, then we went ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Went ahead again. Our trucks were running all night and day, and when we were hauling their own bridges, we hauled equipment, just equipment, everybody's equipment.
To cross the bridge? Right?
No, just across the country, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
The trucks would be hauling equipment.
Hmm.
We had enough trucks in there so we could ride in the front seat.
Yeah.
Of course, our section, I was in the S2, S3 sections. And that was the intelligence and operations section.
Mm-hmm.
That's the section I was in. We had our own truck, 2.5-ton truck.
Did you drive it?
I used to drive it, yeah.
It's a big, like a big.
It's a big 6x6. It had double duals in the back with
Oh wow.
They call them 6x6s because they 6-wheel drive.
Uh huh.
I mean, they double duals in the back and the front wheel drive would drive too.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Couldn't get stuck.
Yeah, I have my driver. Yeah, I got my driver's license for that, and I drive the Jeep too. But drive the 6x6. Yeah. But that's one thing. We always had a truck. I'd stay in the truck most of the time. I'd sleep in the truck rather than outside.
Yeah, you didn't have like. Where'd you sleep? Like, where'd you live? Like when you were out in these?
Just any place you could.
Any place you saw.
Just any place.
Huh.
Like if we didn't have we took over houses though too. We'd take over a house and we'd all sleep in a house.
Like people were living in there and you just took it over?
Yeah, we'd make them move out and then we'd take it over. We'd stay in their house.
That they'd let you just, I mean, they couldn't do anything about it.
Couldn't do anything about it, no.
Slept in their bed.
Well, I guess so. I never did. I think I had a couple light blankets and a sleeping bag. I had a German sleeping bag. How'd you
get
bag.
that?
I picked it up someplace along the line. German sleeping bag, sheepskin sleeping bag. I said sleeping bag.
You still have that?
No.
No.
I do have a German radio, communication set, and I have a German practice Mauser German rifle.
Mm-hmm.
I got a German set of binoculars, and
Wow.
I got a German bayonet, of course.
You just got all that stuff like in the cities you went to and stuff? Or?
Oh yeah, I pick it up here and there. You know.
Oh,
Yeah. And in England, we were in Hereford, England, and we used to go to town. But then, I remember this one guy and I, we bought a bicycle in England, so we could go to town when we wanted to.
Yeah.
One guy'd ride on the handlebar and the other guy'd pedal, and we'd go to town. It was 4 miles to town.
Wow.
We'd go to town, go to Hereford.
Had to buy that bike to get there?
Then we'd live it up in town and
Find your way back?
I ride back, trying to ride back, yeah.
That's
But,
fine.
and in England, there's a blackout on in England. It's a funny thing, when you're in a blackout, there's no lights. No light, you can't see a light in no place.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're in town and there's no lights.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd be surprised how much you can see when there's no lights.
Your eyes adjust then?
It's dark, but you can see around. And you go in, if you wanted looking for a bar or a restaurant, everything was double doors. You go in one set of doors and close them, then you go in another set and that'd be in the room.
Yeah.
Everything, 2 double doors.
But there was lights inside?
Well, there would be lights inside, yeah, but they'd be double doors. So
Why'd they have it all blacked out like that?
Well, for the German air raid.
Oh.
German airplanes, they were shelling Britain.
Oh, so the skies are so...
Everything, and all England was dark at night. There wasn't a light on. And our trucks, we didn't run with our nights. Nobody drove with their trucks with the lights on. No.
How'd you see? You just by the
By
moonlight?
the stars and the moon,
Kind of see a little
you
bit.
can see pretty good. But the trucks had 2 little lights, 2 little white lights on the front, about a ½ inch apart. And in the back, they had 2 red lights, a ½ inch apart. And these are little bitty dim
So you don't
lights.
hit each other or something?
And if it looks like, if you can see 2 lights, you're too close.
Yeah. If you see one.
If you see 1 light, then you're far enough away.
Oh, when you're driving behind somebody?
Yeah, if you're driving behind a truck. If you see 2 lights, you better. If you see 1 light, if there are 2 lights look like 1,
Yeah.
you're far enough away. But if you see 2 lights, you better stop because you go ahead. And some guys would drive down the road and they'd look up between the 2 trees. They'd be driving, looking up between the trees and stuff.
See where they're going? Anybody ever hit anything? Or?
Oh yeah, yeah. And on all our trucks, we put bars in all our trucks. On the front bumper, we had a bar come straight up in the air with a hook on the end of it. and that's for wires that were stretched across the road or something. This hook would hook the wire. See, instead of hooking you, it would hook the wire.
Oh, really?
Hook on this
On the front of the truck.
On the front of the truck, front bumper.
Because you guys
Vertical post about 6 foot high above the windshield with a hook on the end of it, and if you're going down, there'd be wires across this, not even on purpose or just a wire across.
Yeah.
The wire it would catch on this hook.
You didn't have like you weren't enclosed or anything.
We had windshields, but this wire would go right through the windshield.
Mm-hmm.
It would flatten the windshield out, but then if you had this hook on there, the wire would get hooked on there and break, either break the wire and it wouldn't hurt you.
Oh, yeah.
Or your truck. Yeah, all our trucks. We did that with all the small trucks.
Wow.
Everybody did. I mean, not only us. All the outfits.
See a lot of like wires hanging across.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was a big time. I call it 3 years. I was in 33 months.
Mm-hmm.
I call it 36 because it took me a couple of months to get in, a month to get out.
Yeah. Oh, so you're in 33 months.
I was in
but then you were in training for a couple months.
Well, it took time for me to. By the time I got drafted until I got in, it was a couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't. But I call it 36. I call it 3 years.
Yeah.
Then I got out. I got out the 15th of December in 45.
Huh. You have to come home for Christmas.
I was home for Christmas, yeah.
That's good.
But I got home for Christmas, I didn't know what to do with myself. I was home.
Were all your war buddies from here?
All our outfit was from Michigan, Chicago, and Wisconsin. That's why we could have the reunions every year, because everybody's from the same area.
Kind of Midwest, right?
Yeah. We all got drafted. What the hell? I'm still trying to think of the name of that base down by near Kalamazoo. Can't think of it.
You had to go out there to.
Huh?
You had to go out there to train, or?
Yeah, well, that's where we got drafted. And then we went to Texas to train.
So you could have, when you got drafted, you could have went anywhere. You just kind of got
wherever they sent you. Whenever
so you happened to be sent.
I could have got put in the infantry.
Mm-hmm. So in a way, were you relieved when you got into the engineers? Were you relieved when you got into the engineers?
Yeah, I was too young to know.
Yeah.
I didn't realize at the time.